well done. And you definitely look at this Dare squad and you say all across the table, man, very impressive from them. Got to showcase some of those nice young mechanics that they have developed.
Two things are for certain. One is that these guys are not to be messed with. They are definitely here for good reason. They deserve the hype. They deserve the wins. The second thing is that they really, really like the Baron Nashor pick. They really like setting up shop over there and fighting to the death around it. We've got a few replays here to show exactly that. This one's setting up even before the Baron has even spawned. We get to see Baco just really out of position.
Definitely not Baco's game this game, is what I'll say.
Yeah, not out of position. And look at this, immediate responses coming in. And this is where we got to see a little bit of a mishap in communication as well as a clip of the highlight reel.
The Realm Warp was available to get everyone to safety, but not everyone was on the same page with that one. And then here with the re-engaged Supernova's like, all right, wait, Limo is out of position. We can kill him. Oh, he has Gore Drinker and Xin Zhao and shields. Oh no.
Limo doing an insect play on Xin Zhao. Love it. You love to see it, man. I also love the fact they have the synergy of the emotes there, by the way. Just a nice little thing to add on to layer into it. But,
teamwork.
Teamwork, yes. It's very important when it comes down to your emotes. But, I mean, it just felt like Dare really, they had a good draft. They had a good plan. They understood strengths that they had when they got to see what they were faced up against from Supernova. And I mean, this young squad, I mean, I want to reiterate, coming out of open qualifiers, 4-1, a lower seeded team. Every single match they had was against a top 16 team inside of the open qualifier. They made it out with a 4-1 record. And this is exactly why. Every bit of competition they had to fight, they're the only team that had every team they fought qualified out of the open qualifier. It's insane, and this Dare Gaming squad is something to highlight. But we do have another replay coming at you, getting us into where things got more secured for the side of Dare Gaming here. As we
More Baron,
say that. More Baron,
Nice.
here it is.
Oh man, this is so. This element of faith.
I'm sorry.
What's going on, Prussian? Tell it to him.
Blossoms gets a crazy hook, just completely snaps on Ariendo, and after that, I mean, it's just a cleanup from Enigma with a massive Vel'Koz ult, and Censored is all over this fight, defends the Vel'Koz, and then hunts down the Caitlyn with Limo, and just really puts him in the dirt. I mean, just really good team fighting, and it was great of Blossoms to set it up like that too.
Yeah. It doesn't tell the full story of the how many times Dare actually tried to get another fighter on this Baron. They had attempted like 3 other times before this just to get them, you know, a little bit closer to the home field advantage that is the Darren Baron pit. That's what I'm going to call it from now on.
I like that.
And,
I like it. Coin it. Yeah, absolutely.
I just love that they know their territory and they know it well.
Purple's their favorite color, apparently, man, and it was great. And hey, look, they tore it apart. Every team now is going to be looking at Baron like, are they doing it? That's going to be the scariest thing on the back of every team's minds. I do want to go ahead. We've talked a lot about the ups that Dare did have inside of that. I do want to touch on a couple things that we did talk about, especially with Supernova. They had a bit of an interesting situation too for themselves. Game 1, we saw them kind of do this slow, proactive way of playing the mid game. This didn't happen, and they had some struggles, especially with them not having the itemization they could possibly need on their Caitlyn. It felt like they had a lot of mistakes that came into this second game that we weren't really expecting.
Yeah, for Psycho, I just feel like he itemized super defensively in a position where they're first picking this Caitlyn. It is a really powerful champion on the patch. It does so much for you in the zone control and DPS. To switch over to a shield bow build with a Phantom Dancer as well, I just feel like he wasn't fully optimizing what this champion's actually capable of. You strap a Gale Force on this champion and a rapid fire cannon so you can compete with the range of advantage that Ziggs and Vel'Koz get. At least, you know, some of those auto attacks are actually going to land from a long distance away. I think it would have worked a lot better in their favor. And for Psycho, that's just something he's going to have to think about next time when he is looking at those items. Yes, the shield bow does keep him alive, but it's not really about keeping yourself alive in a lot of those situations. For the Gale Force and the Rapid Fire Cannon, you do need to pump out some damage. It is a majority of what your champion's going to do on this team.
I agree, and not only that, for that matter, I'm not really sure that Shield Bow really kept him alive in a lot of situations either.
That's true.
I mean, the shield just isn't very large anymore, and the lifesteal, I mean, if you're getting poked out from Vel'Koz and Ziggs 9 times out of 10, you're probably just going to die right away. So I definitely agree that Gale Force was probably much better in this situation.
Yeah, I think that's just the name of the game, right? We look at everything that happened inside of it, and a couple itemization errors, a couple oversteps from Supernova, and like I said, it felt a little bit more uncharacteristic, especially when you compare Game 1 to Game 2, where they were looking for more calculated ways. We do have our end game stats coming at you here, and you can see exactly the gold graph. A lot different this time. Dare stayed in steady control over the entire course of the game almost.
No comeback needed this time, just all things Dare the entire way through. And this is why everyone is hyping this team up a lot. They had a really solid game record in the OQ, keeping that alive. Undefeated so far in the main event, guys. The only game they've lost so far is to Golden Guardians Academy. That's pretty good. It's a pretty good stat for this team. I'm really excited for these guys.
Yeah, it's a great record here, and yeah, we do still have our interview ahead of us. We are going to throw it over to a short break here in a moment. But I do want to go ahead and give a shout out to our fantastic guest of Prussian. He came in here with a little bit of a menacing aura, had the LaCroix ready, didn't have to throw it across the room this time. But
Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me.
But thank you so much. It's always appreciated. Always love your company. And thank you so much for coming in and giving us all your expertise and knowledge. If you guys don't know him, make sure you check him out on Twitter. He posts up some good stuff over there. And make sure to follow him. He puts out some fantastic stuff. And his game knowledge is top tier. So make sure you keep a lookout on him. And like I said, the @'s right there. It's @Prussian lol. And yet again, thank you, Prussian. But that being said, anytime. Thank you for coming in. We will be taking a short break. When we come back, we're going to have an interview coming up with the side of Dare. So make sure you don't touch that browser. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And hey, look, I said we had an interview. Prepare for trouble, make it double. I got Enigma and Blossoms here ready to get us into it. And let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to start with Enigma. We're going to go left to right here. You guys are the young talent, the new kids on the block here. And 20th seed, by the way, coming in here hot, ready. Get your first dub as soon as you guys get out of the open qualifier. How's it feeling for you, Enigma?
Feels really good. Like, I feel we've been the underdogs for all the OQs and now even. So it feels good to be winning those games and proving some people wrong.
Hey, look, that's the way to do it. And Blossoms, I gotta go ahead and give it up, man. I'm gonna be real quick. You got a lot of fans at this point in time, especially after that Thresh
Yeah.
game. You were landing hooks left and right. That there.
Only in the late game. I don't think I did much for like the first 15 minutes. I was just kind of helping. I was kind of just roaming around the map, walking around the map, helping
Okay.
my laner stabilize.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And sorry, the VMID's call looks like it crashed on me. We were talking about the concerns that we were having on VMID's call crashing on everybody else there, but it decided it wanted to crash on me this time around. But
Unlucky.
yeah, look, man, we jinxed it a little bit there, but yeah, I think you definitely got yourself some fans. Enigma, you had brought out the Vel'Koz in
Yep.
the last game there, and we were looking at it. Prussian said, I used to play it. He thought like he was a redeemed person now that he's not a Vel'Koz main. How are you feeling when you looked at that comp and you were like, yeah, this is lined up for some a simulation here?
Yeah, no, for sure. We cannot always pull him, but feels good when we have, especially the Ziggs. We just outrange them and they don't have anything to reach us, so it's just kind of free damage and free safety. And yeah, feels good to be able to pull him out.
Now, big important question here. Either one of the two of you can answer this one. You can answer it at the same time if you want. What was censored over in the top side? He had 100% KP until you guys didn't let him get that one last kill at the very end. Was there any upset? Was he upset at all about this, or did he not? Did nobody even notice?
He was upset. When we were destroying the next, he's like, "Guys, my KP, no!"
They did for real? Yeah, okay. I didn't
Like
hear
it's
him.
not every day where a top laner gets to have 100% KP, right? Like
For
that's a
sure.
very impressive stat.
Play for top. Play
I
for
accept
jungle.
it. Yep.
It's a very interesting thing too, because you guys have this very interesting dynamic. You guys have this camaraderie and whatnot going in here, and you can really feel it from everything from you guys having the same emotes all together. We noticed that on the Ace, the emotes flaring up at the same time. Limo getting these nice insect plays for you guys. You guys look really uniform as a team, but I've heard through the grapevine, you guys have only been practicing together for a week. Is that true?
Yep.
Yeah, we finalized the roster like the night that PG applications were due.
Yeah.
And before that, I only scrimmed the team for like 3 days or something like that. Not even a week.
NA talent coming in hot, man. That's what I like to hear. But look, hey, I right now, I've already said it earlier on Inside the Desk. I'm keeping my word to it. If you guys get out of groups, right? I'm making my Twitter account a Dare Stan account. Like, where you will have it. We will have the flag. So I want to see you guys get out of groups. I want to see you guys crush. I want to see the storyline continue to develop. And you guys blazing a trail out here.
That's our ambition for sure, to continue our path and not lose a game against Academy, against amateur people still.
I like it, man. Well, if that being said, Enigma, we're going to start off with you here. What if you had anything to say to anybody who's been cheering you on, or all the people who are now finding out who you are? What you got to say to them?
I mean, thank you a lot for following me. Big shout out for the QC people. We're not a lot on the scene, so it's always fun to have them cheering on each other. And yeah, thank you a lot.
Blossoms, how about you? You definitely got a few fans after game number 2, man. I'm being real.
I appreciate all the hype and support I've been getting from my fans that just appeared. I hope I can keep smurfing it in amateur and maybe continue to do great things here and smurf it with this Dare roster that was put together at the last minute.
Yeah, look, I'm in love with it. I'm looking forward to it. Ladies and gentlemen, before we go, I'm going to go ahead and say, go to twitter.com. Follow these gentlemen right here, right? Go to Enigma QC at 99, that you be able to follow him. And then over on the other side, at Blossoms Lil, go follow them, support them, give them all the love that they absolutely deserve. With that being said, thank you, gentlemen, for coming in for this interview. And man, I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys have, because right now, man, I'm feeling the sky's the limit.
Thank you a lot for having us, yeah, for sure.
Y'all make sure y'all take care. With that being said, that's it here for us on the Unified stream. make sure you guys tune in on Monday, where we'll be able to have more unified action here for the Proving Ground Circuit qualifier. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Keep on watching as these stories continue to unfold. Take care and have a great night, everyone.
Okay.